If I had $1 for every time I heard a doctor say, just lose weight, you'll get pregnant, I'd be rich and probably retired by now. That is, if it actually worked. But here's the truth. Fertility is way more complex than the size of your body. And as a former weight loss dietitian, I do not recommend this approach. Let's talk about it. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Whitney. I'm a fertility dietitian and coach, and I help busy women just like you get out of the Google spiral and get pregnant. As a board-certified food and fertility nerd, I've helped hundreds of women figure out their fertility so they can go on to grow the family of their dreams. In part 1 today, we're going to dive into my personal experience as a former weight loss dietitian and why dropping the pounds is not the fertility fix that doctors often claim that it is. As always, this video is meant for educational purposes only and not meant to be a substitute for medical advice. Now, before we dive in, I want to acknowledge something extremely important. As a thin white woman, I know that my experience comes with a certain level of privilege. Body image and fertility challenges are deeply personal, and for many women, especially those in larger bodies and from marginalized communities, these experiences come with a lot of added layers of complexity. My goal today is to speak with compassion and inclusivity, recognizing that my perspective is not universal. This space is for everyone navigating the fertility journey, regardless of body size or background. Before I became your go-to millennial fertility guide, I spent about 7 years working in the weight loss world. I specialized in medical ketosis and pre and post bariatric surgery support. And I loved the long-term relationships I built in this space with clients. But over time, the messaging it stopped aligning with my beliefs. Now that said, my time in the weight loss world was a key to where I'm at right now. Every week, OBGYNs would send their patients to our clinic with one prescription. Lose weight and you'll get pregnant. And as I went through my own fertility journey at the time, I realized that the fertility clients that I got through this program were my absolute favorite clients. I love supporting women through their pre and postnatal journeys, and that's exactly how I landed right here. Now that you know a little bit more about my background, let's break down how intentional weight loss works really quick so that we are all on the same page moving through this 3-part series. Unless you are ill or injured, weight loss happens in one of 3 ways. Number 1, you consume fewer calories than you are burning, so your body starts to break down its own energy stores, aka fat tissue, in order to survive. The second way is to keep your calories the same but increase your metabolic rate through exercise and lifestyle changes. And the third option is to go full ketosis, high fat, high protein, and force your body into a ketotic state where you burn fat because it has no glucose to rely on for energy. If you're in a larger body, this all might sound like a solid plan, especially when your doctor is pointing the finger at your weight as a reason for why you haven't gotten pregnant. But here is the reality. When you are losing weight, your body is literally eating itself. It's not getting enough energy or the ideal kind of energy, so it starts breaking down both fat and muscle to keep you going. This leads to a host of issues, including nutrient deficiencies, bone loss, gut problems, even autoimmune conditions. There's many more, but those are just a few. And of course, we have to talk about the mental strain that comes along with restrictive eating. Isolation, food fear, binge restrict cycles, these are all also associated with weight loss plans that are very restrictive. This physical and mental strain leads to a fertility shitstorm. See, when your body senses that energy is scarce, it deprioritizes fertility because, spoiler alert, you do not need to get pregnant to survive. Your body will focus on more critical functions like lungs, liver, heart, brain. Restrictive eating can also disrupt your ovulation, fertile mucus production, and egg quality. So yeah, you might be feeling a little bit sexier in a smaller body, but your fertility does take a huge hit. And we have research to back this up. 2 major randomized controlled trial studies found that short-term weight loss among overweight and obese women who are undergoing infertility treatments didn't improve their chances of a live birth rate. And we saw the same exact results for people who are trying to conceive naturally as well. I'd love to know, has your doctor ever told you to lose weight to get pregnant? If so, did they give you any guidance on how to do this in a healthy way? Let me know in the comments and let's talk about it. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that body size doesn't matter at all when it comes to fertility. There's solid evidence to suggest that weight gain of 40+ pounds can be detrimental to your odds of getting pregnant. Data also links excess adipose tissue, also known as fat tissue, to disrupted sex hormone production, and it can be an issue with ovulation as well. So what's the answer? First, we need to radically shift how we approach the problem. Weight gain or weight cycling, that is not the problem. We're looking at it wrong. It is a symptom of something something bigger going on. When the body starts packing on pounds and craving high energy foods like cookies, candies, chips, things like that, there's typically a reason for why this is happening. Insulin resistance, chronic fatigue, chronic stress, anxiety, depression, autoimmune disease, gut dysfunction. These are just some of the things that I see as big weight gain contributors in practice. When we treat weight gain as simply an energy balance and restrict the intake, we ignore the root cause of why this is happening, and that can do more harm than good. So instead of jumping into restrictive diets or killer workouts, let's start by figuring out why your body is gaining weight in the first place. The diet industry loves to blame willpower, but I'm calling BS. Before we start cutting back or cutting out, we need to investigate what's really going on and build a plan that supports your entire system. And yes, nutrition is a part of that, but my approach might surprise you. If you're curious about my approach to this, check out my videos I did on fertility, dieting, and must-do lab tests. This will give you a sneak peek at how I handle these situations. That's all we're going to cover for part 1 today, but stay tuned for part 2 in my weight loss and fertility series, where I'm diving into the world of Ozempic babies and what you need to know about GLP-1 medications and fertility. In the meantime, you can download my Fertile Kickstarter guide below, where I'm sharing insider tips to elevate your fertility without the restriction, the BS, and the pills. That's all for today, folks. If you're a fellow food and fertility nerd, hit that subscribe button and comment below. I will see you in the next one.